Now at 5 a.m., this is WKYT This Morning. A man wanted in connection with a home invasion and 2 robberies in Lexington is now behind bars. We're looking ahead to his day in court just ahead.
Plus, protests in Charlotte continued for a 3rd night after the fatal police shooting of an unarmed black man. Now those protesters are demanding the body cam video of the shooting.
And one former Wildcat has a big heart and is helping athletes live out their passion for sports. We'll have that and your weekend forecast all coming up on WKYT This Morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Kentucky mornings start here on WKYT. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Andrea Walker.
I'm Bill Bryant. Somehow Fridays are all the more exciting, right?
They
to get
really
going.
are.
It is September 23rd, everybody, the first full day of fall. Here it is. But tell that to the weather. I mean,
Yeah, Mother Nature's not ready to switch the seasons yet, and she's not going to.
Let's check in with Micah on that.
Yeah, it's pretty wild how, we're sitting there at 90 degrees yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And you're right now in fall, but it's pretty wild how you get into fall, and then the following week, it's going to be a big blast of cooler air. So it's kind of weird how that works, just kind of the timing on that. 61 degrees, it doesn't always work that way. 61 there in Mount Sterling, and we get into your afternoon, roughly 90 degrees. So it's the same old story, it's just a different day. We're going to take you into your weekend forecast. It looks pretty good, but it's going to be pretty warm too. And then that next week forecast looks not so much brutal in the morning hours, but it's going to be pretty chilly, about 10 degrees below average. That's going from way up here to way down here. I'm going to show you that coming up.
Okay, we'll see you in a bit. Let's get to the news.
We are following a traffic alert right here in Lexington this morning.
A busy road is shut down right now after a crash. Michelle Chamberlain at our alert desk with the details on that. Michelle?
Good morning, guys. A crash on North Broadway left a utility pole split in half, and now traffic is expected to be an issue this morning. Here's where we're talking about. Take a look at this map. Now, this crash happened on North Broadway near West 6th Street, and police say the inbound lanes of North Broadway are expected to be closed throughout the morning, possibly past rush hour this morning. So just know that as you head out the door this morning. They're asking to take a detour. You're asked to take 7th Street to Upper Street this morning and to avoid the North Broadway area as much as possible. Now here's a look at the scene and why traffic is impacted this morning. A silver BMW, police say, crashed into this utility pole, splitting it in half. It happened around 4 o'clock this morning. Now once again, you are asked to avoid the North Broadway area. You can take that detour from 7th Street to Upper Street throughout the morning. Andrea, Bill?
All right.
Michelle, thank you very much. A man who Lexington police considered armed and dangerous is now in custody, and he'll head to court today.
Police have arrested Devarius Jones in connection to several crimes around Lexington. WKYT's Lauren Miner is live at the courthouse now with the new details on this. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning, Bill. Well, a man wanted for a string of robberies is now behind bars this morning. Devarius Jones was arrested yesterday afternoon in connection to a home invasion and the 2 robberies at Hibbett Sports. We received Jones' arrest citation this morning, and this is what we've learned. On September 2nd, Jones went into a home on Lucille Road. He held 3 people in a bedroom at gunpoint demanding money, 2 of them being a mother and her 2-year-old. Jones and another suspect stole a gray Camry that was also used in the Hibbett Sports robbery. One of the victims found a photo of a UPS employee ID card on Facebook that had Jones' name and Social Security name on it. Social Security card number on it, rather. The next day, Jones robbed the Hibbett Sports on Richmond Road. The citation states that the suspects threatened to kill employees twice. It also states more than $2,000 of cash was stolen. Almost a week later, Jones, along with another suspect, robbed the Hibbett Sports on Richmond Road. They stole merchandise, money, and a customer's cell phone. All victims picked Jones out of a lineup. Now, police are looking for another suspect involved in that home invasion. His name is Taji Winters. Reporting live in Lexington, Lauren Miner, WKYT.
Lauren, thank you. The Lexington Police Department has made a huge drug arrest. They say it is the largest fentanyl bust in the city's history.
Police say they found nearly 100 grams of the drug during a raid at William Dixon's home. WKYT's Mike Byer is live at police headquarters with details. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Andrea. U.S. Attorney Kerry Harvey says his office has seen a disturbing trend with the amount of fentanyl on the streets. Harvey says police found about 100 grams of the powerful drug at the home of William Dixon in July. We're told Dixon works for the Division of Water Quality but has been on paid leave because of an on-the-job injury. Investigators say it's the largest amount of pure fentanyl that Lexington police have seized, and they say it was intended for right here on the streets of Lexington. Harvey says it's an important indictment because of how much of the drug they were able to keep off the streets.
If this quantity of fentanyl had hit our streets, there's certainly a likelihood that there would have been overdoses, there may well have been fatalities.
Now, Dixon will be arraigned Monday. If convicted, he faces a minimum of 5 years and a maximum of 40 years in federal prison. Live in Lexington, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Protesters in Charlotte are keeping up calls for justice and demanding to see video of the fatal police shooting of Keith Scott. Demonstrators clashed with police for a third evening in a row yesterday, shortly before a mandatory midnight curfew took effect. Scott's relatives privately viewed footage of the dashboard and body camera video. They say they couldn't tell whether he was holding a weapon, as police claim. The 26-year-old man shot in the head during the protests in Charlotte on Wednesday night has died. The Tulsa, Oklahoma police officer charged with killing an unarmed black man turned herself in to authorities early this morning. Prosecutors say Officer Betty Shelby reacted unreasonably when she shot Terrence Crusher. Shelby is charged with first-degree manslaughter. She was booked and released on a $50,000 bond.
A barroom brawl ended with shots fired and a scare for students at Eastern Kentucky University. We first told you about that story yesterday morning here on WKYT. Police say they were clearing out a large crowd from a Copper Still, a downtown Richmond bar, when someone fired shots. EKU sent out a safety alert to students, telling them to take cover because the gunfire was near campus. Officers quickly searched the downtown area. They made arrests at a home on South Madison Avenue.
Got everything under the control before it got out of hand, so, we had the help of the other two agencies with everybody working together as a team. We think we prevented something bad from happening.
Police arrested 3 people, Dante Hill, Tyler Brann, and Anthony Gerald. Police say the men are not students, but police say witnesses told them the shots were fired at a group of students after the incident at the bar.
3 people charged in a Clark County murder case pleaded guilty in court. Aaron Staley, Christopher Robinson, and Lamont Wilkerson admitted their roles in the 2014 shooting death of Amber Cottle. She died just 2 days before Christmas after being hit by a stray bullet that went through the ceiling of her apartment. Robinson pleaded guilty to murder, burglary, and assault. Staley and Wilkinson pled guilty to complicity to each of those charges. A 4th person, Lillian Barnett, is also charged in the case. Her trial is set for January. A Lexington murder case is being waived to a grand jury. 3 people charged in the murder of a former Kentucky National Guardsman appeared in court. Jeremy Harris, Christy Hanley, and Justin Sloan are charged in connection to the murder of Trevor Dilger. Dilger's body was found over Labor Day weekend in a burning car near the Fayette-Woodford County line.
A new report finds a deadly chemical inside tap water across the country, including several parts of Kentucky. The study by the Environmental Working Group found the chemical chromium-6 in hundreds of millions of water, the tap water of Americans, including thousands of eastern Kentuckians. Chromium-6 is produced by industrial processes and is also found in ash from coal-burning power plants and has been linked to cancer. There are currently no regulations on the chemical set by the EPA. One former Wildcat with a big heart is helping athletes live out their passion for sports.
Tayshaun Prince spent time signing autographs and taking photos with fans at the inaugural Chew for a Cause farm-to-table dinner at Fasig-Tipton Dining Room. In the past year, Prince has worked and played alongside several Special Olympic athletes. He says playing with them has made him want to continue to help athletes.
I know they look up to us, but it was a day that we could all just, sit back and let them enjoy the weekend, and we could do, whatever we can to help them and make their experience life-changing, and hopefully that happens.
The event raised $10,000 that will go to support Special Olympic Kentucky athletes. The organization provides year-round sports training and competition programs for children and adults with intellectual disabilities. So he is continuing to give back to his old Kentucky home.
Noble cause, and it was good to see him.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Still doing great. WKYT this morning, just getting started here on your Friday morning.
Still ahead, you've heard the saying about a bull in a china shop, but how about a bull moose on the loose in a neighborhood? That's quite a sight. That story coming up after Micah's forecast.
It's all about the temperatures the next few days because we are staying dry once again. But what about your weekend forecast and what about next week? Because next week it gets very interesting. I'm going to show you those numbers coming up next.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Calm and quiet is the call once again this morning. We're sitting there in the mid-60s in most locations, and that's a little bit warmer than where we have been past few mornings, but it's still really, really nice. So you walk outside this morning, no problems. If you're one of those that like to exercise in the morning, this is a good morning to do that. There aren't really any spots that it's actually cool outside. It's just a nice, mild 63. Now in Moorhead, Lexington coming in at 64 degrees. We go into high school football because the afternoon's no problem. Kids coming home from school, no issues. Going out to these football games, I know last week was a little loud last week and a little problematic in some locations too because we had some of these storms roll through. Not everybody saw the storms. There were only about 3 or 4 out there, literally 3 or 4. But they caused some problems with the lightning and all. Nobody has that this evening. So everybody's got the green light there for Friday night football. Should be good to go. Weekend planner, still pretty warm though. But we're going to be dry. 90 degrees there on Saturday. We're at 86 on Sunday. That means all these events, all these festivals going on. The Fort Herod Jazz and Art Festival looks just fine in Mercer County. You got one over the Sorghum Festival over in West Liberty in Morgan County. That looks like a good one too. And there are some big events. There's not really one big event. There's about 4 or 5 going on around your town. So just keep in mind, keep up to date with us because I'll keep talking about these through my weather forecast and let you know where they are. Big blast and cold front comes through next week. Now you get a few showers, a couple of rumbles of thunder on Monday, and then that front blasts through Monday night into Tuesday. On Tuesday, you will feel a difference. We're going to be roughly 70 to 75 degrees depending on where you live. And then once we really get into Wednesday and Thursday, that's when you'll start to really feel the big change. And when I say big change, we're talking highs, possibly in the upper 60s to lower 70s. So this is a big shot of cold air. You're going to be feeling it. And I call it cold because overnight lows are going to be there in the 40s for many locations. And that's cold this time of year. Typically, we're in the mid-50s. We're not going to be anywhere near that. You can see 45 there tomorrow, not tomorrow morning, but Thursday morning of next week. So this is a big shot of cooler air. Yeah, it's a few days late, but you know what? Mother Nature, she just, as Andrea would say, does what she wants to do. The next 3 days look good, guys. You got the green light. Big events going on, big festivals happening. I think everybody's okay with that. Excited about having nice weather because last weekend, we had some big events last weekend too, and some of them got rained out a little bit. So not this weekend. Everybody looks good this weekend.
All right. Easy to enjoy that, isn't
Yeah,
it?
It really is.
could be one of our
Good
last
forecast.
summer-like weekends,
Could
so
be.
enjoy it.
Yeah, take advantage of it.
You're right.
Yeah.
5:15 is our time this morning. All right, we always have these animals on the loose stories,
yes.
right? One Colorado neighborhood got a big guest in the backyard, one they'd never seen before.
All right, take a look at this. A 3-year-old bull moose weighing in at roughly 1,000 pounds got into a neighborhood. Wildlife officials darted the big fella and took him out of town to a national forest where he can roam freely away from humans and neighborhoods. But those neighbors, they can always see they've seen a moose up close, even if it was probably a little scary. Can you imagine just looking outside and feel like, that's a moose.
I think it would almost make the ground shake, you know.
Oh, look at the pup. I bet he didn't like it
it's
either.
Get that thing out of
Yeah.
here. All right. Time this morning, 5:16, Friday on WKYT. Good to have you with us, waking up, getting ready to go here on your Friday.
When we come back, we'll take a look at your money. Stay with us.
A major security breach at a tech company, and Halloween won't be scary for retailers this year. I'm Marley Hall, and I'll have those stories and more coming up in your CBS Money Watch report.
Kentucky mornings start here. You're watching WKYT This Morning.
Welcome back into WKYT this morning. We're right now hitting 5:20. So good to have you with us here on this Friday. That weekend is coming our way, right?
We love it.
And we're going that way, one way or the other. There has been a major security breach at a tech company.
And Halloween won't be scary this year, at least for retailers. Molly Hall has the latest on your money.
Yahoo says the personal information in 500 million accounts was stolen in a massive security breach by what the company is calling state-sponsored actors. The hack data includes users' names, email addresses, telephone numbers, and dates of birth. The stolen info does not include payment card data or bank account information. Yahoo is recommending that users change their passwords, especially if they have not done so in the last 2 years. Another day of gains on Wall Street Thursday. The Dow jumped 98 points. The Nasdaq added 44. Tesla owners in Norway are suing the electric car maker. More than 100 customers say their vehicles aren't as powerful as advertised. But Tesla says motor power numbers have always been accurate and even understated. Americans will spend more on Halloween this year than they have in the past 11 years. According to a new poll from the National Retail Federation, consumers will spend $8.4 billion on treats, pumpkins, costumes, and other Halloween items. That's nearly $93 per person. That's your Money Watch. For more, log on to CBSMoneyWatch.com. In New York, I'm Marley Hall.
All right, keep it here on WKYT 521 right now. Our top stories coming up in just a few minutes. Really keeping an eye on a situation in Lexington, 6th Street. Their North Broadway shut down due to an accident this morning.
Could affect your morning commute, but sports is coming up next.
Last night, a historic night in the history of the University of Kentucky, as 50 years ago, the racial barrier came down, not just at UK, but also in the SEC. Mark Stoops, a day before his team plays the Gamecocks in South Carolina, not a happy guy. You'll hear from him next.
We are looking pretty good this morning. I'm meteorologist Micah Harris. As you're walking out the door, no rain outside, no real fog threat either. Maybe a little valley fog, but that's about it. We jump up into the afternoon, heading out to lunch, 80 degrees. Teachers, you can get the kids out once again today and hang out on the playground or even study outside. By the afternoon, we're at 90 degrees. Kids coming home from school, you coming home from work, no problems. And heading out this evening looks pretty good too. The focus of the forecast is really next week when the fall weather arrives. I'll show you that coming up. Let's first check out sports, see what's going on.
Marks the 50th anniversary since the integration of football in the SEC. The pioneers of integration were Kentucky Wildcats. Last night, in front of several hundred friends, family, and fans of UK football. This statue honoring the path paved by Greg Page, Nate Northington, Wilbur Hackett, and Houston Hogg. These gentlemen integrated UK football and the SEC, and it was an emotional night for all involved.
Oh man, it's just like everything in me just went, you know. I mean, it was. I imagine if it wasn't a whole bunch of people looking at me and stuff, I probably cried. I mean, because it was that great.
Just never thought that anything like this could take place, and to see it come to fruition, it's just remarkable. It really is. University of Kentucky has come a tremendous way, and it's good to know that we were a part of that.
If I had to do it over again, no matter what we went through, I wouldn't change a thing. It would be the same thing, because this university has been good to me, and I love the University of Kentucky community and athletics, and I just wish them continued success.
What a great moment for some great men. Mark Stoops did not mince words a couple of days ago when he said he was disappointed with his team's practice. Stoops said he wasn't very pleased with his defense. He's also said his players are not tough enough and they are immature, and Stoops called this team frustrating.
Some guys need to grow up in a hurry. We have no idea what it takes to have concentration from the beginning of the week through the end and through a whole game and so on. You get the picture? We're not real tough. We're not real smart, and we've got a long way to go.
So in South Carolina and the Cats from Commonwealth Stadium, 7:30 kickoff tomorrow night. You can see it on the SEC network. That is a look at sports, and finally it's Friday. Hallelujah. Have a great day.